Bowling Green, my alma mater and one of my favorite teams to talk about, obviously. Year two under the Eddie George era, and I mean, just saying up front, like they have, we knew this before the max schedule releases out, but they have an absolute grind of a schedule this year. What are your first thoughts when you look at it?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I don't know why this isn't funny, but as a fellow Tarleton State victim, week one victim, I mean they have a real chance to start the year 0-4. Honestly, it's funny now when you look back, but I honestly thought Army was going to go 1-11 or 2-10. What a wild first 2 weeks of the season that was. But yeah, like you said, like you hit it exactly, and honestly with Miami as well, like there's a real possibility to go 1-4, if not 0-5. And it's tough. It's tough because Bowling Green showed signs of being able to contend last year. I mean, of course, with which I'm sure we're going to talk about later on with the I forget the highway, the Toledo game. I'm
Battle of
mixing
I-75.
I-75 because like yeah, there's the Battle of I-25, which is New Mexico State versus New Mexico. I should know these highways off the top of my head because when I lived in El Paso, I drove them all the time. And then the Battle of I-10, which is New Mexico State and UTEP. Yeah, like with that, I know we're gonna talk about that, but yeah, like Bowling Green showed a bunch of potential last year, and it's just a shame. I feel like it's the same thing like with Akron, where Bowling Green isn't in as much of a need to take that next step for the sake of their fan base and program. Like, yes, Eddie George is in his second year, and Eddie George, I want to say it was his third year at Tennessee State when he really started to get things rolling. 2025, his fourth year when he really started to get things rolling out there in Nashville. So I don't think the pressure is too much on them, but yeah, this schedule is just absolutely brutal. Like I honestly did not think that Bowling Green was the type to schedule multiple Power Fours in a year, but I know that the Iowa State game is a home and home, so I guess that's just the way that the cards kind of fell, where they have to, if in order to squeeze in Iowa State, they had to squeeze them in this year to get the home game next year. But you say it's a grind of a schedule. I think even then, there's still a chance for them to recover and even, I guess, maybe not make a bowl, maybe salvage their season, but because they got Sac State, they got Ball State, they got Buffalo. You start the season off 1-4. I think you're back at 500 with those four games, and then you have Kent State, and then you got, as much as I hate to say it, you got UMass, you got your bingo free spot, and until otherwise proven, UMass is the free bingo spot for the rest of the MAC. I think this is a team that can go 6-6, just despite the start of the season they have.
Yeah, that opener is going to be absolutely key, and I still cannot believe it because like I'm pretty sure like it was within a week of when Tarleton State did it to Army. And I was like, no, guys, why did we do this? Why did we schedule this team? Why would you do this? Like this is not an FCS opponent. This is a team that is ready to jump to FBS now and probably will be playing at FBS in 2027. I don't get it. I do not get why they did that. Yeah, that one's going to be really rough. And like you said, like, yeah, starting with Miami on the road as well for MAC play is going to be pretty tough. If they can win that opener, maybe pull a surprise elsewhere, then you're looking like you're in good shape. And I think this program is a pretty good position going on defense. Like they have developed players very well on that side of the ball in recent years. And then now you have, I want to make sure I don't butcher his name, Novosad, the Oregon transfer quarterback. If he pans out and, like is actually like what his recruiting tutelage was, not like, hopefully not another Ty Thompson situation, but like he could end up being pretty good. Um, but yeah, like I love the homecoming game against USF. That is another game on September 26th that I'm looking at. Like I want to go to that game again. Like this week will be coming up a lot because there are a lot of cool MAC home games that week, and this is another one of them. I believe will be the first time they've ever played. And obviously, I went to Bowling Green. I have some family members who went to USF, so that's a pretty cool little thing there. But then this is the other thing that really draws my attention, and this is going to require definitely a broader discussion